Partnered by Times Influence.
A big car, a luxurious home, lavish holidays, and a cushy retirement. Can you imagine a better life for yourself? But one needs to have a very good plan to meet all these goals. And the best time to start is when you get your first job. For many of us, a first job is not just an earning debut. It's about taking responsibilities on your own shoulders for the first time. So planning for a financially fulfilling future right now is more important than anything else. On this second episode of Nivesh, we meet some first jobbers and help them with a plan to achieve financial freedom.
I want to gain more knowledge and make use of what I have with me.
My first reason to come for this show is knowledge. I would love to learn from this show.
I came here hoping that I will get to know what I never got to know about it throughout my education or anything.
It's a liability. That's what
I've been hearing about mutual funds since a while now, so I'm finally hoping to get there to learn how to start.
I have no clue what would suit according to my planning. So let's hope I get something out of this meet today.
First job is special not only because it's the first step into a fulfilling career, but also because it puts you out there in the real world and gets you to handle the ropes of life. Now, these young stars have set off on their professional paths, but we're here to help them and guide them on the correct financial path. Hello and welcome to the Association of Mutual Funds in India and Times Network present Nivesh, a pan-India investor education initiative that aims to educate every Indian on investing their hard-earned money in the right and the most efficient and effective way. And what better way to do that than to invest one day's income every month into mutual funds. Now, I've taken the pledge to do that, and you too can join the movement and take the pledge by giving a missed call on 1-800-833-666. Now, on this episode, we've got a bunch of first jobbers, and while we talk to them about balancing their new responsibilities, we also will help and guide them so that they can set off on the correct financial future for themselves. Joining me on this episode to help decode all the financial concerns of our guests are two financial experts. Allow me to introduce them to you. First up is Hemant Rustagi. He's the CEO at Wise Invest Advisors. And we have Gajendra Kothari, who's the MD and CEO at Etika Wealth Management. Welcome to the show, Gajendra. Let's start off. You have had a chance to speak with them earlier. But Akshay, first up, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your financial aspiration?
Hi, my name is Akshay Sudhir Dave, and I am basically from Rajasthan, but I was born and brought up in Mumbai. My dream is to become a millionaire in the next 10 years. So to achieve that, I need to invest in something. So that something is still on the plan. And whatever the roadmaps I get out of this, I hope that that will lead me to my aspiration of becoming a millionaire in the next 10 years.
Hemant, you want to help him on that? Because it's good that he's got this quantified goal and he has, that's I think the first and the important step that he's at least taken already.
I think it's an important thing that you realize that this is the time for me to start investing, which is the first step. Because that's how, when you start like this, then as you rightly mentioned, you've already set a goal for yourself. And I think which is again a very, very important step. And also, you need to be very clear about how much time you have on hand to achieve the target. For example, if you say that I want, let's say 1 crore after 10 years. So that is how you do your goal setting. So first, the realization that you want to start doing it. Second, establish your goal, have a time horizon. And the important thing hereafter is going to be choose the right asset class. Okay. Many a times we make the mistake of straight away going to the investment option. For example, okay, I will invest in FDs or somewhere else or mutual funds or stock market. It's important to see how much time you have, which asset class your money should be going in. Now, for example, if you talk about, let's say 10 years, 10 years is a time if you want to build, you need to invest in an asset class where you can beat inflation. Okay, because inflation, when we talk about investing, we have two risks. Okay, one is the safety of capital, because nobody wants to lose the capital that you're investing. Unfortunately, most of us focus only on that. To me, the bigger risk is inflation. Is that value of your money going down over a period of time? And we generally ignore that. But that's where an investment option like mutual fund comes in. These are market-linked products. Of course, there are attendant risks to that. But if you choose the right asset class, choose the right product, you can actually beat inflation. Like in your case, for example, you can look at equity as an asset class. And within equity, you can look at equity funds, because equity funds are a great option. The reason for that is, what is the biggest risk of investing in stock market? Is the volatility. Not knowing where to invest your money, which stock to buy, which sector to buy. That's where the professional fund managers come in for you. They decide where your money should go, which sector. It's a diversified vehicle. Full-time professionals are managing your money. It's transparent, very well regulated industry. SEBI has done a great job in terms of regulating the industry, so your money is safe in that sense. Choose the right asset class, choose the right option. And if you maintain the discipline of staying committed to your time horizon, there is no reason that you can't achieve your goal.
Moving on to Ayush. So Ayush, tell us a little bit about yourself and what's your backstory, and tell us a little bit about your financial aspirations.
Myself, Ayush Nanavati. I hail from Bhilwara, a small city in Rajasthan, and I'm currently working as a software developer. Currently, I'm planning to study further. I'm planning to do MS in computer science. So finance is a big factor. So since I'm 24 now, so I'm looking to be financially free by the time I reach 30, 35. Although I'll be working, but still at that moment I don't want to worry about all those nitty-gritty basic needs of my life.
Better way for you is to find out what does the course cost, okay, and then work backwards to find out that how much you need to set aside now every month. Of course, there may be possibility that you may not be able to do entire budget by yourself, so you'll have to get in for education loan as well. At least whatever you can do. So suppose if you're able to do maybe a 5,000 rupees monthly, you can keep aside and do an SIP, okay, systematic investment plan, for this educational goal. Now, because the goal is only 2 years or 3 years away, you can't go for equities. Okay, equities is meant for 5-7 years plus, because it carries risk in the shorter term. So you have to use a much more safer asset class like debt, okay, which gives you around 7 to 9% return, but is far more safer. And go through the SIP route, wherein you can invest 1,000, 2,000 or 5,000 per month. In 2 to 3 years, you will accumulate a corpus, right? Okay. That of course will be a part of the overall educational cost. The rest you can actually go for education loan. So this is a very smart way to plan right from today.
Any more information that you would like, you can visit the website mutualfundsahihai.com, because that also provides a lot of information about these products. Let's move on to Madhukar. Madhukar, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your financial aspiration?
My name is Madhukar Khare. I hail from a small town in Madhya Pradesh. I have done my graduation in engineering field, but now I work as a graphic designer in a brand agency. My financial aspirations for long term actually includes world travel. I do not like the concept of having a family and then living around entire life just around that. So there are like 196 countries in the world. There are tons of places to see, and I want to see them all. And my ultimate goal is to have a wildlife sanctuary for myself. Animal sanctuary is like my settlement plan. Like people have retirement plans, that's my retirement plan. And the most fact that I believe in, we just take from nature. We are also supposed to return something to nature.
I think it's very interesting that you want to travel the world. For that, you will require obviously a lot of money, and you need to plan for that. You can plan which country and how you want to visit later on, but you need to start planning for your money now. Now, important thing is, like I mentioned earlier, goal setting. Okay, now you're not traveling the world at one go. Okay, so you need to kind of decide first at what frequency you're going to be traveling. Now, for example, you say, okay, every 2 years. Okay, so that becomes your time horizon. That after 2 years, you will require that money. Okay, that's where the safety of capital comes into play. You do not want to invest in an investment option or asset class which is risky, because imagine like if you need X money and if you invest that money into stock market, and when the time comes for you to go, suddenly you see the market 20% down. So it's very, very important to look at what your time horizon is. In your case, for example, if it is 2 years, good thing about, we mentioned about choosing the right asset class and choosing the right investment option. The best thing about investing in mutual fund is that there is a mutual fund for every time horizon, whether it is 1 day, whether it is 1 week, 10 weeks, 10 months, 10 years. So you have these debt funds, the short-term income fund. Now, these are the fund which you can expect better return than what you would get in the fixed deposit. Okay, at the same time, they're fairly liquid. These are all open-ended funds. So you can start investing through systematic investment plan in these funds, and wherein you can accumulate a corpus, and whenever the time comes for you to kind of travel, you can take this money out.
Madhukar, you mentioned about a wildlife sanctuary. So what's that? What's on your mind for that?
Actually, if I talk about it, a few years back, I didn't even have such thing in my mind. So it happened after I came to know about this guy who's called Forestman. He is from South India somewhere. This guy turned the whole barren land into a forest, our entire forest. So that's something I want to do.
Gajendra, Hemant, thoughts on that?
So you want to do it in your native place?
No, I don't really have a location in my mind right now.
But I'm sure this is a long-term goal, not immediate goal, right?
Absolutely.
And you will require a lot of money for this because you need to buy a lot of land.
Unless some generous guy decides to give me the entire land.
Right. No. So many times we feel that okay, these are very eccentric ideas. Not possible. But nothing is eccentric. You can have a plan for that as well. Just to quickly give you, I have a plan to buy a Rolls-Royce car. Which today cost 8 crore rupees. Yeah. But I'm not perturbed. I'm not. I think that I can do it. Okay, but you need to have a plan. You need to have a time frame. It may be 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line. Work backwards again. What cost it would cost you? It may be 20 crores, 30 crores to buy that parcel of land. Work backwards. Of course, the monthly SIP which will come today will also be huge, humongous. It can be 2 lakhs a month or 5 lakhs. Again, don't get bogged down. Just because you are not able to save 2 lakh rupees doesn't mean your goal will not be accomplished. You can start baby steps again. Okay, you can do a 10,000 SIP for that goal. But because if you start today and if you continue, this 10,000 SIP will tomorrow become 20,000 and then one day will become 1 lakh and then will become 3 lakh SIP a month. So stick to your goal, stick to your dream and stay the course. That is very important. Stay for 10 years invested and then you'll see the power of that investment come alive, and I'm sure you'll be able to see your jungle one day.
All right, let's move on. Meg, tell us a little bit about yourself and your financial aspirations.
My name is Mehak Hadasani. I graduated from Jahan College doing my bachelor's in accounting and finance last year, and I've been working since then with a brand agency called Wife. Like every other person who's graduated, and as we all know, just a bachelor's degree here is not enough anymore. I want to go abroad and complete my education, go there for masters. I want to try and sponsor at least half of it myself without taking help from my parents. Like the whole reason you go abroad is so you become independent, you do things on your own. And I don't think it really makes sense if I'm not starting off independently. The whole reason I want to do it myself is at least I have the step to start being independent.
Thankfully, thanks to technology, Google, today there are a lot of websites which tells you exactly what courses you want to do in which country and what are the tuition expenses and what are the boarding and lodging expenses, okay, which you can calculate in Indian rupees, and you can plan that 2-year cost of the program, how much would be. And then again, as I suggest, there are kind of mutual funds or SIPs which you can do for that 2-year period to start planning for those goals, right? again, what I'm trying to tell you is, whatever you are earning, you have to, be very specific actually. I've seen people just putting 2,000, 3,000 rupees for goal, but not quantifying or not really measuring to what they want to do. So you need to be really specific that are you in line with your goals, okay? Otherwise you'll be off the target. And again, because it is 2 years, you have to go for a short-term kind of funds where 8 to 9% is what you learn. And if the remaining amount, you have to go for an education loan kind of thing.
All right, great. Thanks for that, Gajendra. Let's move on. So, Rohit, tell us a little bit about yourself. Go on.
My name is Rohit Mitra. I'm coming from Calcutta, and I have settled in Mumbai for now to work over here to get a better exposure from my work field, and also to have a basic experience when it comes to my future studies. The course that I am looking for is a 1 year or 1.5 years of course, and for that you get a visa of 3 years, 1.5 years of your education, plus your remaining 1.5 years is for the timing when you really go up to find a job or something. What happens to that particular tenure when it comes to that 1.5 years or 2 years of the duration when you are searching for a job and you're not getting anything immediately?
You are very clear about one thing, that okay, how much your course is going to cost you. You could plan for that, but this is second part is something that you don't know. You may get a job, you may not get a job. So let's again extend that emergency fund concept here, assuming that okay, for next 6 months I will not get a job. Make that as a part of your corpus required for that goal, because at that stage, if you don't plan, it'll be very difficult for you to generate that money. So you kind of include that in your goal, saying okay, I need X amount of money for my education, and I will need Y amount of money in case I do not get a job for the next 6 months. The moment you do that, I think you'll have more clarity, and you'll also have a clear time horizon. You're not talking about very long term. So you're talking about, let's say, next couple of years before you go for that course. Add another 6 months to that and start building up your corpus for that.
All right, thank you so much, Gajendra and Hemant, for being here. But before we let you go, we'd love for you to help our special guests here with a financial roadmap. So if you could get you together. Okay, great. Hemant, Gajendra, you've both written down this financial roadmap. Hemant, if you could start and just, briefly take us through the points that you've written for Akshay first.
You should start investing immediately, because that will help you in getting benefit from power of compounding. You must have an investment plan in place. You must define your goals, assign a time horizon to each one of them, and the corpus that you require to achieve them. Choose the right asset class based on the time horizon. So if it is for the longer term, go for equity. If it is shorter term, look at safety of capital. Maintain that discipline of investing uninterruptedly, irrespective of whatever happens, because there are going to be periods when you invest in market linked product like mutual fund, which will be volatile. You need to continue your process, okay, and keep increasing your investment amount as your income grow from here on. And I think most important of these, make mutual funds an integral part of your investment process.
Fantastic, great. Thanks for that. Let's move on next. So you've got Madhukar next.
For Madhukar, I had said that you need to have a clear time horizon for your goal, which was basically world tour. And we said that you decide on at what frequency would you like to travel, and then go back and do budgeting and see how much money you can save, and see whether you can save for the next travel or maybe even for the next one thereafter. And based on that, you choose the right investment option again through mutual funds. If it is going to be 2 or 3 years, look at short-term funds, which is going to be apt for your time horizon, and create an emergency fund that while your focus is on world travel, also ensure that if there is some financial emergency, okay, at that time the priority is going to be survival, not so much world tour. So I think the emergency fund will be the key for you.
Fantastic. And then for Rohit.
For Rohit, because his goal is basically to go abroad to study, I said he needs to first figure out how much money will be required and what is the time frame that he has in mind. Also, make provision for 6 to 12 months expenses in case, like he mentioned, he fails to get a job after doing this. So I think he needs to make that as a part of his investment goal, work backwards on the target amount and see how much money you need to invest to achieve that. And obviously budgeting again is going to be an important part for his investment, and choose the right funds. Again, for him, it was short-term fund, which I thought is going to be apt. And again, like I mentioned earlier, allow mutual funds to achieve your goals for whatever over the defined period.
Great. Thanks for that, Hemant. Gajendra, on to you now.
Sure.
So if you could just share what you have for Ayush.
Ayush, very simple. Just find out what education cost you will have to incur, both the tuition expenses as well as the lodging expenses. Work backwards then, how much time you have for your education. Then you will get a figure to save monthly. Okay. So start saving towards that. You can't invest in aggressive funds because time horizon is short. So you have to invest in debt funds, okay, for a 2 to 3 year period. You can expect around 7 to 8, 9% return. Okay. Stay invested until your goal is met. For the balance fund, you can go for an education loan. So I think this is a crisp plan for you.
Right. Fantastic. And for Mehak?
Mehak, you also have a very similar requirement. Again, you need to kind of, today there are websites wherein you can find specific educational costs for the countries you want to go. Okay. And then again, work backwards, start an SIP. As I said, because the time is short, 3 years, you may not be able to achieve the entire amount which you want. So you'll have to chip in for the education loan. You can go for that. And so all in all, I want to say start today. I mean, don't delay. Invest regularly, save more, okay, and stay the course, and realize your dream.
Thank you so much for that, Gajendra. Thank you so much, Hemant. Now, if I can take those off from you, so I'll just hand this to them. Well, thank you so much, Gajendra. Thank you, Hemant, for that. And I hope you guys have enjoyed coming here. And please do keep referring to this plan and do a little bit of your own research. Like I said, check out mutualfundsahihai.com, read up a little, do go by what they've suggested, and I'm sure you will see the difference. And like me, I think you should also pledge to invest your one day's income into mutual funds. You too can join our movement of Jan Nivesh and pledge to invest your one day's income into mutual funds. All you have to do is give a missed call on 1-800-833-666, or you can log on to our website www.jannivesh.in. After all, aaj ki kamai bhavishya mein kaam aaye. Also, if you need any more information, please go to the website www.mutualfundsahihai.com to clarify any of your queries. Thank you so much for watching, and do remember to keep investing. Thank you.
I guess today's generation is far more evolved. They understand the power of investing. So I could see they have specific plans. A few of them want to go abroad and do higher education. So my general advice to all young earners is that you would easily have 3 to 4 goals. Divide these goals into different buckets and start an SIP for each goal. For some goal you may have a 2,000 SIP, for some goal 3,000. But if you have a dedicated goal and you start working towards that goal, that is when you'll become disciplined to it. And if you can remain patient throughout the term of the goal, I'm sure you'll be able to achieve all your dreams.
All of us work hard to earn money for ourselves, but that money by itself is never going to be enough to take care of all our investment goals. So it's very, very important that we invest our money very smartly. So what is a smart way? There has to be investment plan in place. You need to plan. Like everything else that we do in life, there has to be a plan. So I think this will ensure that investors follow the right process. And once the process is established, they choose the right investment option. And my firm belief is that mutual fund is the best investment option for investors. So I think this initiative, I think it's a great initiative. Like I said, it'll make people aware of what mutual funds can do for their investments.
I've learned about about the different types of mutual funds, and I think it's a great concept and everyone should go ahead and invest in it.
I'm actually thankful to them that I got this opportunity, and actually I got what roadmap I have to follow.
You always have to keep a roadmap that I have got from the financial advisors. You have to maintain your roadmap as well, so have a better return.
The way I'm going to pursue it, as Sumit and both the financial advisors suggested, that you also make your own study over it. So definitely I'm going to make my own study first.
Before today, I had no freaking idea about what mutual fund exactly is, but now it kind of feels like the second step into adulthood.
I pledge to invest
1 day of my
income every month
in mutual funds.
I pledge to invest my 1 day's income in mutual funds every month.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
Partnered by Times Influence.